Hello everybody, my name is Roger Threepwood and welcome back to the dig. Now last time Brink fell down the hole and died, and Maggie decided to go off on her own, leaving me alone on the alien planet to figure things out for myself. Now right now I'm in the Nexus, which connects everything, and I want to start by picking up this metal plate.
Looks like one of the control plates we found on Attila.
And then we want to move along. As you can see, there's a lot of doors in the back, each with a control panel.
Another one of these engraved sticks. What are they? Wands? Batons? Bludgeons? Maybe some kind of handheld computer game. With my luck, it's a hand grenade.
They are actually the codes for the doors. There's the combination, and then if you use the right combination on the right door, you can open the door. But at the moment the power's not on, so first we need to go switch on the power by going down this ramp.
It's hot here, and it's glowing down there. Ten to 1, it's the power source for this place. All I need to do now is to find the light switch, or the plug, or the fuse box, or whatever makes this thing work. An instruction manual might help. Maybe a map, and I could use a sandwich, and a hot jukebox and a cold beer, or just a starship headed for home. Get a grip, Boston.
Okay, now if we look down here again, you can see that the right beam and the center beam is going up into the center, but the left beam is going off to the left. And there's a unattached lens here at the bottom, so we need to get this lens back here to switch the power back on. And we do that by using the machine over here to the left. Okay, so we want to use the control panel here first, and we want to see this thing works. It goes up, right, left, down and left, and grab. It also has a backspace and a clear all. Now for this first one we want to go 4 left and 2 down and then grab, and then we want to push the button over on this side, and there it goes. Okay, now it's grabbed the lens. We wanted to put the lens in the right place, so we're gonna clear all, and then we're going 5 left and 4 up, and then grab, or release in this case, and then we hit the button again. There we go. Okay, before we leave, we want to take this loose plate off and grab the blue crystal for later. And then we head up back to the Nexus. Now we can open our first door. we look at the purple rod, blue triangle, red triangle, green diamond, blue diamond, blue, red, green, blue. So blue triangle, red triangle, green diamond, and blue diamond, was it? And there we go.
I hope this was a good idea. So what is through this door? A death trap? A mad scientist with a pretty girl and a talking robot? An alien cafeteria? Why am I just standing here? After all, as Brink found out, the worst thing that can happen is you can take one wrong step and you're dead.
Okay, let's go down the first open door.
So much for the cafeteria idea.
Boston, are you there?
They use geometric shapes as a kind of combination for the locks.
Boston, you won't believe where I am. I'm in a place filled with alien technology, the most fantastic things I've ever seen. And the machines are working.
What are they doing?
I don't know yet. I mean, they're really alien. Like nothing I've seen before.
Don't go too fast, Maggie.
I'll be careful, Boston. But it's not like we have time to use correct scientific procedures to test these things.
Where are you? How can I get to you?
I wish I knew. It's a sure thing you can't get here the way I did. I slid through a low tunnel in the rock, and then it kind of got filled with debris when the roof collapsed.
You could have been killed.
Gee, I guess this isn't safe. But if we'd been together, whoever went through the crack second would definitely have been killed. Keep that in mind when you're thinking about coming to save me. I handled it just fine.
Yeah, I guess you did.
We're both doing okay, Boston. We'll find a way to connect up with each other when it matters.
Maggie, good work.
Thanks, Boston.
Okay, now we're down here and there's a button with a question mark. Let's press it. Okay, let's just get inside the random alien ball that appeared and see what happens.
Now I know what my pet hamster felt like.
Okay, cool. So we figured out it's a tram system. And it brought us to our first spire. Let's try and open this door.
I need some help to pry this door open.
But Brink is dead and Maggie's stuck, so who could possibly help me open that door? Well, let's explore further. Okay, and we've found our first strange device.
Another ghost. The last one pointed the way down into the Nexus. Of course, that's how Brink died.
Okay, this is our first light bridge we found. So we just click on the strange device and hold the button to activate it. And that's the first light bridge, but which takes you here, but that doesn't help because none of the other light bridges have been activated yet. So we're still stuck on this spire. Let's see what's in here.
A bunch of displays set into the walls. Inscriptions here and there. I'd say it looks like some kind of museum.
And because of that, this is known as the museum spire. Now over here we want to grab this tablet on the right.
Symbols written on a plate. Looks like an alphabet.
And there's some glowing crystals down there. We also want to get those.
Strange glowing crystals.
Then we want to head over all the way to the left, where we will find another engraved rod.
Another one of these engravings on a stick.
So let's check out the museum displays. Let's call that a canister. They put the canister in the mountain, and the canister makes a big hole in the mountain.
That canister sure packs a punch.
So that's a clue. Looks like one of the glowing crystals I've just picked up. It's broken over an alien skeleton. And then the alien skeleton becomes an alien again. What's this one say? It's the alien race. Oh, they put someone in a pyramid. And they put the pyramid in a spire. And something with moons. And it's marked by a tree.
Could this be some sort of burial chamber?
Well, these are all very important clues for the rest of the game. Okay, and the last one. Looks like the island we're on. I think this depicts them sending Attila to find other aliens. Or other races throughout the universe. Okay, so that's it for the museum. Let's move along. Okay, I'm gonna be heading back to the Nexus now. Because the glowing crystals brought the alien skeleton back to life. So let's see what if I use one of these glowing crystals on Brink.
Who knows if this will even work. Even if these really are the same crystals I saw resurrecting an alien in that museum display, they weren't designed for humans, but it's worth a shot. Brink, are you okay?
I feel fine. What happened? I remember digging, and the ground gave way under me.
Brink, you've been dead for several hours.
You Americans, always exaggerating.
I assure you, Brink, no pulse, no breath, dead. But I found a couple of life crystals in a museum, and from a display there I got an idea of how to use them.
Where's the crystal? I have to see it.
I wasn't sure it would work on a human being.
Our cellular structures must be very similar. But Boston, it didn't just bring me to life. It brought me to life. I feel more powerful, more energetic, more alive than I've ever felt before.
Maggie, do you read me?
Yes, I do. I hope this is important.
I think so. Brink isn't dead anymore, Maggie.
You have a very sick sense of humor. Goodbye.
No, wait, I'm serious.
Deadly serious.
Brink! I can't believe it.
It was a crystal I found in the museum. The display there showed it bringing someone back to life, so I tried it.
A crystal that heals the dead. If we ever get back home, this will change the world. It'll change everything.
It's not just being alive again, Maggie. I feel perfect. I feel like I never knew what good health was until today.
Now it's all the more important we find a way home.
It's always kind of important to me.
Keep exploring, Boston. I'll get back to work on the language.
You got it, Maggie.
Great. Now I've got someone to help me with that door. So let's head back there. Okay. Let's see what's behind this door.
Brink, would you give me a hand with this?
Sure.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. That was the longest visit from a ghost yet.
The whole display centered on this basin. It's full of crystals. Are these the life crystals? Like the one you used to bring me back to life?
They look like it.
Then it couldn't be more clear. These life crystals are the reason they brought us to this world. They have found the secret of life, and they want to share.
Weren't you watching, Brink? I don't care what language you speak, that ghost shaped itself like a skull. It was warning us. These crystals are dangerous.
It was the symbol of death, Lo. These crystals are the antidote for death. That's what it meant.
What if there are side effects? Did you think of that?
The side effect is that I feel better than I ever felt before. If you had used a life crystal on yourself, your mind would also be as clear as mine. And you'd see that there is nothing more important than getting these crystals and using them.
Brink, I think you're wrong. I think we need to be careful.
These aliens are kind and good, Commander. They have given us a gift.
Yeah? Well, if this is all so perfect, where are these aliens?
Maybe they've moved on to a higher plane of existence.
Or maybe they're all dead.
See how badly your brain is working. How could they be dead? They invented these life crystals. Commander, I feel sorry for you. Still tied down by an ordinary mind and ordinary fears. But I feel too good to want to argue with you. Believe what you want. I'm taking as many of these crystals as I can carry.
Well, I'm gonna take some for study back on Earth. I'm just not gonna use them.
But you will, Commander.
And if we look back here, there's the canister from the museum display. So now we have that. Moving along. Now we can check out the water over here.
Plenty of water here. If it's drinkable, then we won't die right away. We'll have plenty of time to starve to death. Gross. Hey, Brink, do you think... Brink? Brink? Where are you? Brink, answer me.
Brink, can you hear me? Where are you?
Maggie? Brink's run off. He wasn't acting very rational when we found a big supply of life crystals. I'm afraid maybe those things are addictive, or they altered his personality or something. A ghost tried to warn us, but Brink was feeling too cocky to listen to good advice.
Just when this place starts looking benign, it finds new ways to be dangerous.
Anyway, I'm going on without him. I can't think of anything else to do.
I'll try to contact him now and then, see if he's willing to talk.
Thanks, Maggie. I'm beginning to take this personally. Nobody wants to stay with me. Maybe it's my deodorant. I think it failed somewhere back there on Attila.
Okay, now if we look back here to the left, there's a fossil down here. And this is a clue on how to solve the puzzle. It's a little bit vague. Now the puzzle I'm talking about is the bones that got spat out by that giant sea monster thing. So now we have to arrange the bones back in the right order. If I can remember how. This is a pretty difficult puzzle in the game. I know it's one a lot of people struggle with. But it's not that hard. Nope. Let's try this one first. And this one. This one. This one. It's upside down. It's the biggest problem with these is getting them the right way around. There we go. This one. That. That one there. And then the tail. Now if you built it and it's not working, then normally it's because this bone or the tail is the wrong way around. So let's see. You test if you got it right by trying to insert the canister into the bones.
It won't do anything.
See, got something wrong. Let's turn the tail around. Try again.
It won't do anything.
Okay. Let's turn this around.
It won't do anything.
What did I get wrong? Does this thing turn around? Yes, I think that should turn around. I think this should turn back and this should turn back. I think I got that right. Let's see.
You just need a little
Yes.
something to make you complete, my friend. How about a little alien explosive device?
And then those crystals I said I'm taking but not using. I'm using them.
Boom.
Cool. So now we can go for a swim.
Now that the water's safe for swimming, I think it's time to see what's in that underwater cave.
Okay, and here we find another rod and another plate. Plates and
Another
rods.
engraving.
That's what this game is all about. Plates and rods and digging. Okay, now we can go back. That's all we need here. So now we can head back to the Nexus. Okay, so now I have this room was the purple rod. So I have an orange rod and a red rod. And 2 plates so far. So that's the green one. This is the red one. I want to use the orange one first. That'll be this one. So we've got green triangle, green hexagon, blue triangle, blue blob. Green triangle. What was it? Green, green, blue, blue. Okay. Green, blue, blue. Okay. Blue. There we go. And we're back at a tram station. So let's call the tram. And on we go to our second spire. Okay, now over here, it kind of helps to have the subtitles on, because when it says rumble, rumble, you just click on the other side. And he makes it over.
First time I ever did the wave all by myself.
And then he goes and stands right next to this boulder, which is a clue on how to get back. Okay, now we have a way back. Let's move along. And here we find our second light bridge. So let's see if we can switch it on.
That should have turned on another light bridge, and it didn't. Bummer. I guess when you abandon machinery long enough, it's going to get out of adjustment.
So let's see if we can get it back in adjustment.
Just needs a little adjustment.
And there we go. Second light bridge activated. So now we can move freely between this spire This is the museum spire. Okay, this is known as the planetarium spire. You'll see why in a moment. But first we want to go past this waterfall. Get this blue rod. It's not the engraved rod like the others, it's more of a energy rod. And then let's check out this crevice over here.
Yeah, right. Like I'm gonna stick my hand in some crack in the rock on an alien planet.
Smart. So, let's move on.
The way things have been going, I can pretty much bet that whatever that little beast just stole, I'm gonna want it really badly in a minute or two.
Okay, this is, to me, this is one of the hardest and most complicated puzzles in the game. And also one of the most irritating. Because I didn't mean to just click on that pole.
A place for everything, and everything in its place.
And also when you're moving back and forth between these two screens, I keep clicking on this cave and going into it instead of going to the next screen. Okay, I struggled so much with this puzzle because I didn't see this little dowel. This little dowel right here. That's the key to the puzzle.
Short metal
Dowel, the rib cage, the pole, and this iron rod over here. So let's stick the dowel in the hole.
That's a nice fit.
And then we can pick up the pole. Hook it onto the pin. Get the rib cage.
Scavengers have picked these ribs clean, but the animal can't have been dead very long because the rib cage is still holding together.
Stick that on the hook. And then we grab the rod. And we prop the whole thing up with the rod.
If only I had some bait for this trap. But I'll just have to play sheepdog.
Now we want to go to this little hole over here.
There's something moving in here.
And the critter will come out. Now you want to walk down below Make sure you walk down below, otherwise the critter is just gonna run into that cave. So if we come from this side... Gotcha.
Now I've got you. If I let you out, you'll head for the place where you hide nice shiny machinery parts. The only trouble is, how am I gonna follow you?
Luckily, I've got a bracelet and a device that tracks it. So let's stick the bracelet on the critter. And then we can release it from the trap.
Go, little creature. Roam free, wherever your thieving little heart desires.
Now it's very important to remember to pick up this rod, because we're gonna need it again later.
A thin metal rod.
Okay, so the critter went into that cave over there.
The last time I was small enough to get into a cave that size, I was 4 years old.
So let's see if we can make it a bit bigger.
Sorry, friend, but your little house is about to get a big front door. That looks big enough to squeeze through.
Okay, now we can use the device.
It's got to be right under here. This is where the tracker's pointing.
And then we can dig once again. Tracker
What if
spot.
I hadn't brought this shovel along? No, that's not worth thinking about. The critter sure didn't like that. He took off down one of his tunnels.
But we've got the machine part.
Now maybe I can get the door open.
Okay, so we want to stick the machine part back in the control panel.
Now with any luck, this will work.
And then we want to put the plate back on.
A thin metal plate with a button. Now let's get this thing closed up and see if it works. Open sesame.
And this is why they call it the planetarium spire. Okay, another plate and rod.
Another one of these engraved sticks.
And then there's twin scepters.
The scepter seems to have an electrical charge.
Okay, now I have no idea how you're supposed to figure this out yourself, but you're supposed to click with the scepter on the little light in the ceiling. And now we get this thing, which literally controls the moons. So the one rod controls the big moon. Okay, I just got lucky.
No! Why is that door closing? He didn't steal that part again, did he? I'm trapped in here?
Okay, never mind that. What I wanted to say is the one rod controls the big moon, which you want to put at 2 o'clock around here. And then you want to use the other rod.
These are similar, but they don't seem to fit together.
I always do that. I just want to switch the items and then he thinks I want to use them together. Now the other rod controls the little moon. Now you want the big moon at around 2 o'clock and the little moon in between the planet and the big moon.
It's the ceiling of the dome.
There's a little clue in another spire, which I'll point out when I get there, and that's how you're supposed to know how to do this. But since I'm here, I'm just gonna do it now. And then We're trapped in here, but we're not trapped in here.
Ha! The controls still work on this side.
Okay, and that's it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. Join me again next time for more The Dig. Bye!